Okay, back again. This time with pasta that's done. Penne pasta with, used to be Jimmy Dean sausage, but has high fructose corn syrup. So I'm trying to prepare for, once that shit gets banned, my tastes are still good. I don't have to deal with food not being as bad for me and tasting worse later. I can deal with it now, change my palate, and boom, be good. So I'm trying to get used to eating shit that isn't terrible for me. Okie doke. So, at this point, wait, wasn't it good? I had just changed. This is a string due to rarity. These are the items chest. Number items in chest for each rarity. Update item count bound or range. Item min max range depending on rarity. Or rather, yeah. Random number. Limit random number. Chest item range. Excuse me. Okay. Open chest. Why was it not doing anything? Player action is a string, and it's a string. Saying there's a chest and it's common. Player sees a chest. Player action. Point is we're returning a string. Which is expensive, but here it makes sense. Take that string and we return it. Let's debug real quick. So say, go through some shit, and then we finally say, get line, open. Okay, doesn't work. Know what it's doing. Next. Oh, we haven't gone to get line yet. Oh, all right. Okay. Go down to get line. Open chest. Save there. Turn it. It says open chest. Doesn't say that. So we do. Oh wait. Oh no, this is working. Oh, so the problem was it was getting it again. But if we did, it's gonna check it regardless. So the first outcome doesn't matter. Technically, type in whatever we want, and then go back and then do it again. Then get the second option, and then now we can do open chest. Then go back. Oh. What did it think I put just now? I would think that the first wouldn't matter and then it would just do the second one. But it should be checking either way and then going. Hey, bro, what the fuck is it doing? What is it doing here? It's getting this and then get line and then we're putting it, storing it to player action and then we're returning it. Okay. So why is it not doing that? Or is it? Okay. So we have chest 1. Player sees a chest. Oh, hold on. It might be this or this. I think maybe not. I could be wrong, but I think this is a case where precedence is happening, where it's doing this or this, then assigning. So is it this or this? So it's doing it, and then it's okay. Let's find out. Let's see. Put the fucking money where my mouth is, real quick. Let me see if this works real fast. I may as well figure it out so I don't forget. So I'm thinking I didn't have these parenthesized. So it's not, is this, or is this? It's instead, and the problem is I think it's actually going to call this twice. I think we need to get the value and then just compare it. But I'm curious how this will be. Okay. All right, let's just see if it works now. Open chest. Okay. Open chest. See? So now it works. It's just that I'm doing it wrong. So before, it was if the return result of get player action, so open chest, is open chest or whatever the player enters next. So it's player enters something. Is this already known text or what the player is gonna enter? And that's the second call. So it doesn't call it a third time or anything. It calls this and compares this result to this or this. But then that's a Boolean, or it's is this or this, or is this or this. So it's either comparing this result to open chest or Boolean, or it's comparing open chest to this. So if it calls this again, then it's not, well, this is gonna call regardless. But it should terminate early if I type in open chest with capital, which it does. But if we do lowercase, it sees, okay, not true, and then calls this again. Then we check open chest. Oh, wait, it does work. It's just that it calls this twice. So it seems like it's working fine. I might have already figured it out. Okay. So it should be standard, or this should be full player, or it should just be chest one choice. Okay. And then we initialize it to be this. If chest one choice on, oh, oops, hold on, wait. Oh, hold on. Wait. So I need to store the string actually, and then compare the string. Okay, so this actually needs to be another standard string. Chest one choice. Yeah. Is this the return result of this is a string? If chest one choice is this, or chest one choice is this. Yo. Oh, Because I didn't do a semicolon. Okay. So we get the choice. Store player's action choice. Check player's action choice. See if open chest, or well, no, we'd say did player open chest. Store player choice. Prompt player. Open chest. Says 2 junk, 1 valuables, whatever the fuck. 2 1 1 3 3 3. Oh my god! That's max win, isn't it? That's the most it could have been? What are the odds? 1 out of 27, I think. Wow! It did it once, it did it again, and then it did 2 2 1. Oh my god. And then if we instead made the chest be uncommon. Oh, and we can actually make this const expression. Never mind. Only like for some reasons. Excuse me. Const expression int. Didn't we have a const expression string now? I thought I did. Maybe not. No? We didn't have like epic or oh no? Okay. Alright. Const string. So it's not changeable. The chest is always a chest. Alright. In this case now it's uncommon. 3, 4, and 4. 3, 4, and 2. Okay. So what's happening is we're saying, okay, the minimum items, so this is, we passed it uncommon. So it set minimum to be 2 and then max to be 4. And then each item is a minimum of 2 and 4. We could have it be minimum maximum is the amount of total items. And then we could do a roll and then check, is that roll equal to basically is there any amount left? So like if an uncommon chest can have between 2 and 4 things, it has 2 at least, but 2 to 4, and we get a 4 roll, there's 0 things left. We don't want more. Because right now, each item is the same. So 2 to 4 of each of them, but it should be the amount of total items. So the amount of total items, I want to see if I can just implement this. Oh yeah, I need to eat too. It's not tasty enough for me to want to destroy it. So it could be it'd be kind of complex because I would need a random number for junk. And we probably do it that way. To make it so that valuables are less likely compared to other ones, we say we first do junk, and then we do equipment, and then if there's anything left over, we do valuable. Valuables are kind of rare because anytime we get enough junk and equipment to hit the maximum number of items, then valuables have none left over. But we would need to do the math to say, hey, if we've already used up this many, and then you roll a number that's higher than that, then print however many is left over, not the random number you got. We could say, but then this item generator would need to know how many items of each. So we would then need excuse me. Whew. So right now chest rarity is basically just saying, hey, give me a number. Okay. Then it says, all right, let me check a couple things, give you a number. But instead, it would need to give you a number. And then this will say, okay. And then this will need to say, hey, give me a number. But limit it to this number. So we could pass it. We could have another variable, have it be remaining items as an integer, and then have a boolean. And then say, whenever the, and then do this, and then subtract this number of items from the total. And then do this, and then if, excuse me, and then if the valuable count is greater than the remaining item, then instead set the valuable count to be the remaining item. I think that might be the only check we need. So if there's 7 total, and this gets 2, and this gets 4, and this rolls 3, there's only 1 left over. If equipment count is greater than remaining item, which is 1, set equipment account to be remaining item, and then print it. Excuse me. So we could say, oh wait, yeah, can't I do that? But then we need remaining items to be known here. So we need minimum amount of each item, but then we need the total max, because that could be different. So we could say another const expression int common total items total, or here we go, we could say max total items is 7. Oof. The gas. This is uncommon. This is rare. This is epic. $11, 9, 7, 5. Okay. Then we'll say, and then we'll say, but now we need a thing that checks, depending on the rarity, fucking max items. I want this to keep track of how many there are. So say, there's too much shit here, man. But this could be the spawn type. So like if we had a function that was like one time spawn, this was a member function of the chest class, and what it does is it spawns the items in that current chest. It could say, okay, 1, what kind of chest am I? Well, actually, when we set it, we would already set what the total items is. But in this case, we don't have access to an object, so I think it's actually okay. Okay. And then we'll say const expression int max remaining items, or hold on. Could say remaining items. Oh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom again. Oh my god. Let me think on the toilet. Okay. So we need an integer called remaining items, and we check to make sure there are remaining items before we print anything. So we'll say, don't need this guy to be a const expression. We need him to just be an int. Int remaining items. Or we could say max remaining items. But we could say, I think remaining items is okay. Because if the rolls are always lower, then it's okay. Okay, so if the junk count is greater than 1, then we'll print junk. If so, we want to say, okay, so we say there are junk items. Oh, actually, we should say there have to be some remaining items. Unless the chest is just called empty. Alright, so remaining items at first is... Oh, we have to set it. So int remaining items 0. if chest rarity is item generation, nope, is chest items. Oh wait, this should be, wait, yo, hello. Oh, these are const expression. Fuck, they can't be accessed anywhere else. Can't make an extern const expression because it needs to be no. Wait, hold on. Oh wait, yeah, it's not even forward declared, so it can't be known anywhere here. Right, so I guess we'll make these inline. No, please. Okay. Oh, it just doesn't see a sense. If something, then something. There's no expression right now. Okay, we're good. All right. If the chest rarity is already included item generation. Oh wait, but if we included item generation, oh. Well, it's been defined here. So if we include it, isn't it okay? Hold on. Wait, yeah, hold on. Oh, the point is it was previously in a CPP file, which means even if we include the header file, we can't access the shit in the CPP file because const expression variables can't be declared elsewhere because const expression variables need to be defined and known at compile time. But now that it's in the header file, it is included in player actions. And it might be in the off case it's included anywhere else, not just here, because it's included in item generation and it's included here in player action. Or yeah. We need to be inline to avoid multiple declaration definitions. Chest items. If chest items is excuse me, is that, or hold on, wait, no. Is, oh fuck. Instead we're doing, technically we should have a name if it's the string. So if it's common, it does this. If it's this, it does this. And really this is one word, so this shouldn't be weird. It should be uncommon like that. That's only because no. This junk count is within the scope of this if, so this junk count doesn't know about this junk count. Separate scope. If we did this, would be cool. Then we wouldn't have an expression here, but then these two would be the same. All right, so we'll say we either call everything uncommon or we say that it's the names. Saying that it's the name, referencing every single thing by the name seems kind of cumbersome, so I'm just going to do it this way. Is what it is for now. So we still need these numbers, so that's fine. So we'll say here, is the chest rarity common? Then remaining items is now chest items common max total item. Else if chest rarity is uncommon, uncommon max total item. Else if chest rarity is rare, remaining items is, oops, not fucking equivalency, bro. Assignment. Okay. Rare max. Else if chest rarity is epic, remaining is chest items epic max. Cool. And then we say, so set remaining items, or set, it's really set total the items left chest to match chest rarity. At the beginning, it's total. At the beginning, the remaining is the max. Do assignment here because we can't multiply initialize the guy. Okay, and we'll say here, if remaining items is greater than 0, we'll do things. We'll do this. Or we could say, wow, but these are different things. So we'll do this. If it's still greater than 0, we'll do this. I think this is how I want to do it. And then we'll say still, then do this. Okay. On 17, there's an issue. Why? $50 and $39. $39 is junk count. Oh yeah. So we can say here, there's a junk count. I should have just something else. All right. Then we'll do something else here in a sec. We're only going to do this if something else. All right. But then valuable count is needed in order to generate equipment. We only want to print stuff. Only want to print, well, this is later. It's fine. All right. Cool. Only issue is line 17. What is happening at line 17? Nothing. Old issue. All right. If it's greater than 0, print it. and remaining items is itself minus the junk count. And then, if there are still remaining items, then we continue to check. If there are still remaining items, we can't say if and then this. I mean, we could for declare it and then assign it. But yeah, there'd be no point in. Okay, so we may as well hold on. Okay, we may as well copy this and then say assign it here. And then instead of initializing, that way if these still exist, then we'll do this. Or yeah, because this guy needs to know if this exists. So this has to be defined outside the scope of this, but nothing depends on the equipment count, so it doesn't need to be. But there might be more stuff later, so we may as well do equipment count. That should be valuables. I spelled it wrong. Okay, and then here it can't be like that. Excuse me, what's the issue? Where? 152? Tripping? Oh, oops, hold on. We're not assigning. That's an accident. What was the error before? I was initializing it. I'm not sure why it was giving that error. Why is it thinking expected a semicolon here? Four? Because it's thinking that this is under this if statement. Or no, it's not. Because this is if here. It's a type issue. It doesn't have a type. No, but this exists. It's basically, it seems like it's having an issue with the assignment or with the brace assignment. It's brace initialization because we're initializing the same thing, but then it yields that as the error. I'm not sure. Okay, that, then we rolled it, then do that, and then if we rolled greater than 0, or hold on, yeah. If we rolled greater than 0, so there are going to be items here in this little section. There are valuable items. Then, were there junk items before? If there are, we need a colon. We need a comma. Because we wouldn't want to put the comma in advance and then get no rolls and then have comma period. So we want to check, okay, there are items here. Were there items before? Because if there are, we need a comma. If there weren't, and this is the first item, there weren't any, don't need a comma. So if there were junk items, comma. And then we're going to, if there are valuables, we're going to output the number of valuables and then set remaining items to however many is less than the valuable count. And then, if there are still remaining items, do this, and then may as well. Equipment count. Okay. So we'll say if there are remaining items. Okay, cool. But now the issue is, okay, there are remaining items. Let's say there's one remaining item here, but then we get a roll and it's 4. It's going to print this valuable count. But instead what we want is an if-else statement saying if valuable count is greater than remaining items, then print remaining items. We only get in here if it's greater than 0. So I think we say, because in the beginning, because maybe there's a reason that the remaining items is less in here than the roll. So if we say, if remaining items is greater than, hold on. So if junk count is greater than or equal to the remaining items, then print the junk count and subtract how many from the remaining items. Else, if junk count is less than remaining items, or hold on. Oh yeah, so this needs to be less than. So if junk count is less than or equal to, we print the junk count and subtract the junk count. But if junk count is greater than the remaining items, junk count roll is higher than items left, then instead we need to output remaining items junk, and then and then actually we can put this afterwards, but just to avoid being redundant. Yeah, but then we're doing standard character output junk, standard character output remaining items, and then putting junk at the end. Junk count this, then junk. Fuck it, it's fine. And then remaining items is minus equals itself. So if there are 2, here we go. Junk count, we roll 3. Ooh, junk count is 3. Remaining items is only 2. So junk count is not less than or equal to 2. So instead, we output remaining items, 2. And then we subtract remaining items from itself. Okay. Here we'll check this stuff, and then we'll say if valuable count is less than or equal to remaining items. Oops, if valuable count is less than or equal to remaining items, then do this, else valuable roll is higher than items than remaining items. Instead, output remaining items, that amount of valuables, and then set remaining items. We should output however many they are and then just say 0. Then here. If equipment count is less than or equal to remaining items, do this, else we'll output remaining items and set this to be 0. Oh, look at that. It's a chest that only has 7 max items, but it rolled 4 in either 3 or 4. If it rolled 3, it would then see, hey, nothing left, don't print equipment. Or it would say, hey, 4 is more than the valuables. Print the remaining 3. Okay. And then later it would say nothing left, and then boom. Is there a way we'd want to do breaks or anything to break out of this? I don't think so. If we're in here, these are okay. All right, so what if we do make this guy common? Open chest, 3 junk, 1 valuable, 1 equipment. Open chest, 1 junk, 3 valuables, 1 equipment. 1 3 1 1 2 1. Oh, but the minimum is 1. So what if we said, now we can just go into item generation, and then for common, say that the max minimum could be 0 and the max could be 3. Minimum is 1 for uncommon, 3. Rare is 2. Let's say 4. And then for any of a given type, let's say minimum is 3 in epic and the max is 5. Open chest, 2 junk, 1 junk, 2 valuables. Open chest, 1 junk, 2 valuables. 1 junk, 1 valuable. 1 junk, 1 valuable equipment. And then let's just test if it was epic. Holy shit, 4 junk, 5 valuables, 2 equipment. 5, 5, and 1. Oh, oops, I misspelled. Okay. Let's say the max is kind of crazy here. Let's say max is still 9. Let's say max is 7, 5, 3. Ooh, and these really should be reversed. Just a game logic thing. It should be like this. And then we can say valuable count depends on equipment count. And then this only depends on junk count. That way the valuables are the ones that are least. There's a lot of junk, less valuables. It should basically be, unless you get it exact and you don't exceed, or yeah, unless you get it exact, it should be pretty rare or uncommon for valuables to exceed the other stuff. Like in this case, we got 9, we got 5 junk, and then 4 equipment. Well, the max in the total items for an epic chest is 9, so you didn't even get any valuables. You got a lot of shit, but no valuable. 1 valuable that time. You could still get a lot of valuables. It's just that you'd have to roll real low on the junk and then the equipment, and then there'd be a lot left over. But you could still get a shitty roll for valuables. We're just getting a lot of high rolls for junk and equipment. So we got 2 valuables there. Fuck, man. Stop with all the junk and the equipment. It honestly feels like the PRNG is kind of biased. Like, do you ever get 1 junk? Oh, no, duh. It's because the minimum for an epic chest. Okay. This is actually just a game design issue. So the order should either change or there needs to be a max and min for each item. Because right now the minimum for any item is 3. Even junk. So either there need to be more items in total so that when you get low junk, you get more of the rest, or you could get more of the rest instead of running out too early. Or you change it so that there's actually a different number of each, so that you can only get 2 junk. Can't get 3, which means you can always get maybe 1 more valuable. Okay. I mean, honestly, I think that's a pretty cool little program. 20, 30, that's 50, 90-ish, 180-ish. Yeah, 210 lines of code or something. I've written real bad, but let's get some comments. Let's make comments work. Update item max range depending on rarity. I wish I could show like. Okay. Okay. So we determine the number of junk, determine the number of equipment, fix grammar if there was junk. Print the roll unless there aren't enough remaining items. And here, determine the number of valuables. Only print if there are any. Yep, same thing. Grammar if there is equipment. Print roll unless roll exceeds remaining items. Okay. Hey. Cool. Set it. Prompt player to act. Store the player's choice. Player open the chest. Or does. It's pretty good. A lot of stuff. Really 9 lines of code, 8 lines of code. Okay. We could use these algorithms. Generate all kinds of shit. First one is 4. First one is 4. Oops. First one is 4. First one is 5. First one is 5. 3. Alright. It's like 4, 4, 4, 5, 3. Feels random. I'll take it. Okie doke. I'm a pause. Brain break.